Welcome to Opulent Facts, where we dive into the lives of the world's most successful and powerful people. They call them trailblazers, pioneers, queens of industry. But for the women on this list, those labels don't even scratch the surface. These are the architects of billion-dollar empires, the women who didn't just break glass ceilings, they shattered them, then bought the building. While Hollywood celebrates red carpets and Wall Street flashes its bonuses, a select group of Black women have quietly built fortunes that rival small nations. From media moguls who redefined television, to beauty titans who revolutionized entire industries, from tech investors controlling billions to whiskey distillers rewriting history. We're counting down the 10 richest Black women in America in 2026. These are billionaires and near billionaires who turn talent into equity, vision into empire, and rejection into revolution. And the woman at number one, she didn't just change media, she became media itself, building a $3 billion fortune from a childhood so poor she wore dresses made from potato sacks. Let's begin. Number 10. Fawn Weaver, the whiskey revolutionary. In a world dominated by men, bourbon, and century-old traditions, Fawn Weaver walked into the whiskey industry and rewrote the entire narrative. This is not just about spirits, this is about bringing a buried story back to life. Weaver is the founder and CEO of Uncle Nearest Premium Whiskey, named after Nearest Green, the first African-American master distiller who taught Jack Daniel himself how to make whiskey. For over 150 years, his story was erased from history. Fawn Weaver brought it back. Born an entrepreneur, Weaver had already built multiple businesses before discovering Nearest Green's story in 2016. What started as historical curiosity became a multi-hundred million dollar empire. She launched Uncle Nearest in 2017, and within 5 years, it became one of the fastest-growing whiskey brands in American history. The numbers are staggering. Uncle Nearest is now the best-selling African-American-owned spirit brand in U.S. history and the most awarded American whiskey of the past 3 years. Weaver's distillery in Shelbyville, Tennessee, draws thousands of visitors annually, generating tourism revenue and creating jobs in a town that had long been forgotten. But here's what separates Weaver from every other spirits executive. She didn't just build a brand, she built a legacy. She purchased the land where Nearest Green once distilled, turned it into a destination, and created generational wealth for Green's descendants by involving them in the company. With a net worth estimated at $480 million and climbing, Fawn Weaver is proof that the spirits industry has room for revolution. And she's only getting started. But whiskey fortunes are impressive. The woman at number 9 built her empire one temporary worker at a time, and that decision made her richer than most CEOs will ever be. Number 9. Mellody Hobson, the boardroom powerhouse. If you don't know Mellody Hobson's name, you're not paying attention, and that's exactly how she likes it. As co-CEO and president of Ariel Investments, one of the largest African-American-owned investment firms in the country, Hobson oversees $16 billion in assets. But her influence extends far beyond managing money. She sits on some of the most powerful boards in America: Starbucks, J.P. Morgan Chase, and Estee Lauder companies. She's also the chair of the board for Starbucks Corporation, making her one of the most influential Black women in corporate America. Born in Chicago to a single mother who struggled with mental illness, Hobson's childhood was marked by instability. The electricity was often shut off, bill collectors called constantly, but she found refuge in education, earning her way to Princeton University on a full scholarship. After graduation, she joined Ariel Investments as an intern and never left. Over 3 decades, she rose through the ranks to become president in 2000 and co-CEO in 2019. Under her leadership, Ariel has become a leader in diversity investing and corporate governance.
Hobson is married to filmmaker George Lucas, creator of Star Wars, making them one of the wealthiest power couples in America. But her fortune is self-made. Her compensation, stock holdings, and investments place her net worth at approximately $500 million. Beyond wealth, Hobson is a force for change. She's a vocal advocate for diversity in corporate boardrooms and finance, using her platform to push for systemic change in how America invests and leads. In Chicago, influence is measured in outcomes. Mellody Hobson doesn't just have a seat at the table, she built the table. $500 million from investing is impressive, but the woman at number 8 built her fortune one employee at a time, turning $1,500 into $1 billion company. How? Stay with me. Number 8. Janice Bryant Howroyd, the first African-American woman to build and own $1 billion company. Let that sink in. In 1978, Howroyd borrowed $900 from her mother, added $600 of her own savings, and started Act One Group in a small office in Beverly Hills. Her business? Connecting talented workers with companies that needed them. Simple. Unsexy. Brilliant. Today, Act One Group operates in 33 countries, serves over 17,000 clients, including Fortune 500 companies and government agencies, and generates over $1.1 billion in annual revenue. It is the largest privately held, minority woman-owned workforce management company in the United States. Born in Tarboro, North Carolina, the fourth of 11 children, Howroyd grew up in modest circumstances. As a teenager, she was one of the first African-American students to integrate her town's high school. She attended North Carolina A&T State University, then moved to Los Angeles with dreams of something bigger. She worked as a temp secretary at Billboard magazine, but when her boss traveled to Europe, he left her in charge. That taste of leadership changed everything. She realized she didn't want to work for someone else. She wanted to build. So she did. What makes Act One Group different? Howroyd calls it keeping the humanity in human resources. She treats workers like people, not numbers. She approaches clients as partners, not transactions. And she built a company culture rooted in dignity, respect, and opportunity. Her net worth is estimated at $675 million, built from executive compensation, stock accumulation, and over a dozen investment properties she owns with her family. But the true measure of her wealth is her impact. She's created thousands of jobs, mentored young entrepreneurs, and served on boards, including the U.S. Department of Labor and Harvard's Women's Leadership Board. Janice Bryant Howroyd is proof that boring businesses, done brilliantly, can change the world. From staffing to stardom, the woman at number 7 didn't sing her way to riches, she swung her racket, and then she invested like a titan.
Number 7. Serena Williams, the athlete turned mogul. Serena Williams is not just a tennis player, she is the greatest female athlete of all time, and she's turning that legacy into generational wealth. With 23 Grand Slam singles titles, 4 Olympic gold medals, and over $94 million in career prize money, more than any female athlete in history, Williams dominated tennis for over 2 decades. But the real story is what she did off the court. In 2014, Williams founded Serena Ventures, a venture capital firm that invests in early-stage companies with a particular focus on founders who are women and people of color. Her portfolio includes over 80 companies, including unicorns like Impossible Foods, Masterclass, and Tonal. Serena Ventures manages hundreds of millions in assets, and her stake in these companies has grown exponentially as they've scaled. She's not just writing checks, she's building the next generation of billion-dollar businesses. Beyond venture capital, Williams has partnerships with Nike, Gatorade, and other major brands. She launched her own fashion line, S by Serena, and owns stakes in multiple sports franchises. But the woman at number 6 took a different path to wealth. She didn't perform, she produced, and in doing so, she changed Hollywood forever. Number 6. Ava DuVernay, the visionary filmmaker, $60 to $80 million.
Ava DuVernay is not just a director, she is a movement. As the first black woman to be nominated for a Best Director Golden Globe and the first black woman to direct a film nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars, DuVernay has shattered every barrier Hollywood put in front of her. Born in Long Beach, California, DuVernay didn't start as a filmmaker. She worked in film marketing and publicity for over a decade before picking up a camera herself. Her directorial debut came in 2008, but it was her 2014 film Selma that changed everything. The film, which chronicled Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s historic march from Selma to Montgomery, earned critical acclaim and an Oscar nomination for Best Picture. But DuVernay's true power lies in her production company, Array. Founded in 2010, Array is a grassroots distribution and advocacy collective focused on films by people of color and women. Through Array, DuVernay has financed, produced, and distributed dozens of films and television series. Her work includes the groundbreaking Netflix series When They See Us, which became one of the most watched series on the platform, and the documentary 13th, which examined the intersection of race, justice, and mass incarceration in the United States. DuVernay's net worth is estimated between $60 and $80 million, built from directing fees, production deals, and her stake in Array. But her wealth extends beyond dollars. She's created opportunities for countless filmmakers of color, fundamentally changing who gets to tell stories in Hollywood. In an industry that often marginalizes black voices, Ava DuVernay doesn't wait for permission. She creates her own stages, and in doing so, she's building a legacy that transcends box office numbers. From films to fashion, the woman at number 5 didn't just walk the runway, she owns it. And her story proves that beauty, when done right, is a billion-dollar business. Number 5. Naomi Campbell, the supermodel empire builder. Naomi Campbell became famous at the end of the 1980s and is considered one of the most iconic models in history. She was one of the original supermodels, ruling catwalks and magazine covers alongside Cindy Crawford, Christy Turlington, and Linda Evangelista. But Campbell didn't just pose, she built. Born in London to a Jamaican mother, Campbell was discovered at age 15 and quickly became the first black model to appear on the covers of French Vogue and Time magazine. Her career spanned decades, working with the biggest names in fashion: Versace, Chanel, Dior, Prada, Dolce & Gabbana. Campbell has earned her wealth from modeling contracts, getting lucrative deals from Burberry, Prada, and major cosmetics brands. But she's also made money from television shows, films, and business ventures, including her own fragrance line. Her net worth is estimated between $80 million and $90 million, built over a 40-year career that shows no signs of slowing. In 2021, at age 50, she became a mother for the first time, proving that she continues to defy expectations. Beyond fashion, Campbell is a philanthropist. She founded Fashion for Relief, a charity that raises money for disaster relief and humanitarian causes by organizing fashion shows featuring the world's top models. Naomi Campbell is proof that in fashion, longevity is the ultimate luxury, and she's mastered it. From runways to real power, the woman at number 4 didn't just create jobs, she created an industry, and her hotels are where the world's elite come to rest. Number 4. Sheila Johnson, the hospitality billionaire. Sheila Johnson made history twice, once when she co-founded BET, and again when she became America's first black female billionaire. Born in McKeesport, Pennsylvania, Johnson met her future husband, Robert Johnson, while studying music at the University of Illinois. In 1980, they co-founded Black Entertainment Television, the first cable network dedicated to black audiences. It was a revolutionary idea that changed media forever. For 2 decades, Johnson helped build BET into a cultural powerhouse, reaching millions of households. In 2001, they sold the network to Viacom for $3 billion, making both Johnsons billionaires. It was the largest transaction involving a black-owned business in American history. But Sheila Johnson didn't stop there. She reinvented herself. In 2005, she founded Salamander Hotels and Resorts, a luxury hospitality company that owns and operates high-end properties, including the Salamander Resort and Spa in Virginia and the Henderson Beach Resort in Florida. Under her leadership, Salamander has become one of the premier luxury hotel brands in the United States. Johnson is also the first black woman to own stakes in 3 major professional sports teams: the WNBA's Washington Mystics, the NBA's Washington Wizards, and the NHL's Washington Capitals. Her ownership positions give her influence in the world of sports rarely seen by women of any race. Her current net worth fluctuates between $700 million and $1.1 billion, depending on her business valuations. But the numbers only tell part of the story. Johnson is a philanthropist, a film producer, and an advocate for education and the arts. Sheila Johnson didn't just break barriers, she bought them. And in doing so, she proved that reinvention is the ultimate power move. From hotels to the music industry's most powerful mogul, the woman at number 3 didn't just create hits, she created a culture, and our bank account proves it.
Number 3. Beyoncé, the global icon. Beyoncé is not just an artist. She is an economic force, a cultural phenomenon, a brand so powerful her name alone generates billions. With a net worth estimated between $800 million and $1 billion, Beyoncé has built one of the most valuable entertainment empires in history. But here's what most people miss. Her fortune isn't just from music, it's from ownership. Born in Houston, Texas, Beyoncé rose to fame as the lead singer of Destiny's Child, one of the best-selling girl groups of all time. But in 2003, she launched her solo career, and everything changed. Her albums have sold over 200 million copies worldwide. Her tours have grossed over $1 billion. Her Renaissance World Tour alone generated $579 million, making it one of the highest-grossing tours by a female artist ever. But the real genius is Parkwood Entertainment, her production company. Through Parkwood, Beyoncé controls her music, her films, her visual albums, and her brand partnerships. She doesn't just perform. She produces, she directs, she owns. Her business ventures extend far beyond music. She has lucrative partnerships with Adidas, Pepsi, and L'Oreal. She owns a significant real estate portfolio, including multi-million-dollar properties in Los Angeles, New York, and the Hamptons. Beyoncé's wealth is built on control. She owns her masters. She controls her narrative. She determines her partnerships. And in an industry that exploits artists, that ownership is priceless. But beyond the wealth, Beyoncé's impact is cultural. She has redefined what it means to be a black woman in entertainment. She has pushed boundaries. She has created space for others. Beyoncé is proof that when you own your story, you own your fortune. From Queen Bee to the Queen of Beauty, the woman at number 2 didn't just create makeup. She created a revolution. And in 5 years, she became the youngest self-made billionaire on Earth. Number 2. Rihanna, the beauty billionaire. Rihanna is the youngest self-made female billionaire in America, and she did it by doing what the beauty industry said was impossible. With a net worth estimated between $1.4 billion and $1.9 billion, Rihanna's fortune doesn't come from her music, it comes from Fenty. Born Robin Rihanna Fenty in Barbados, she became a global music superstar with hits like Umbrella, Diamonds, and Work. She's won 9 Grammy Awards and sold over 250 million records worldwide. But in 2017, Rihanna launched Fenty Beauty in partnership with luxury conglomerate LVMH, and the beauty industry was never the same. What made Fenty different? Inclusivity, 40 shades of foundation, products designed for every skin tone. It was revolutionary. Within 2 years, Fenty Beauty generated over $550 million in annual revenue. Rihanna owns approximately 50% of the company, making her stake worth hundreds of millions. But she didn't stop there. In 2018, she launched Savage X Fenty, a lingerie line that celebrates all body types. The brand is now valued at over $1 billion, and Rihanna owns a significant stake. Her portfolio also includes stakes in the music streaming service Tidal,
a luxury real estate collection, including a $14 million penthouse in Manhattan and a West London residence worth $8.6 million, and in 2024, she launched Fenty Hair, tapping into the booming hair care market. Rihanna's genius is her ability to spot what's missing and create it. The beauty industry ignored women of color. She built Fenty. The lingerie industry ignored real bodies. She built Savage X Fenty. Rihanna proves that when you serve the underserved, billions follow. From $1.9 billion to $3 billion. The woman at number one didn't just break barriers. She became the barrier, the standard, the empire that everyone else is chasing.
Number 1. Oprah Winfrey, the media empress. And finally, at the very top, the woman who needs no introduction. Oprah Winfrey is not just the richest black woman in America. She is one of the most successful self-made women in world history. With a net worth estimated between $3 billion and $3.7 billion, Oprah's empire spans media, film, publishing, real estate, and philanthropy. But her story starts in a place so humble, it's almost impossible to believe. Born in rural Mississippi in 1954, Oprah grew up in extreme poverty. She wore dresses made from potato sacks. She had no electricity, no running water. By age 14, she had survived unimaginable abuse and gave birth to a baby who died shortly after. But Oprah made a decision. She would not be defined by her circumstances. She would rewrite her story. She became an honor student. She won a scholarship to Tennessee State University. At age 19, she became the youngest and first black female news anchor in Nashville. By 1984, she was hosting a struggling morning show in Chicago called AM Chicago. Within 3 months, it was the #1 show in the city. Within a year, it was renamed The Oprah Winfrey Show. But here's the decision that made her a billionaire. In 1986, Oprah founded Harpo Productions and took ownership of her show. While every other talk show host was an employee, Oprah was an owner. For 25 years, The Oprah Winfrey Show dominated television, reaching 42 million viewers per week in 145 countries. It generated over $300 million in annual revenue. And because Oprah owned it, she kept most of that money. From there, she built an empire. She launched OWN, the Oprah Winfrey Network, her own cable channel. She created O, the Oprah magazine, which at its peak reached 2.4 million readers monthly. She invested in Weight Watchers, making over $400 million. She signed a massive content deal with Apple TV+. Her real estate portfolio alone is worth over $200 million, including a 42-acre estate in Montecito worth $90 million and properties in Maui, Chicago, and beyond. But Oprah's true wealth is her influence. In 2008, her endorsement helped Barack Obama win the presidency. When she recommends a book, it becomes a bestseller instantly. When she tells her story, millions of people change their lives. Oprah has donated over $400 million to charitable causes. She built schools in South Africa. She funded education programs for underserved communities. She signed the Giving Pledge, committing to give away at least half her fortune. Because Oprah understands something most billionaires don't. True wealth is not what you keep, it's what you give. From $480 million to $3.7 billion. From whiskey to media empires. From tennis courts to boardrooms. From beauty brands to hotel chains. These are the 10 richest black women in America in 2026. Women who didn't just succeed, they redefined success itself. They proved that barriers are just opportunities in disguise, that ownership beats employment, that impact creates legacy. And they did it all while opening doors for the next generation. If this list inspired you, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We're counting down the world's most powerful people, and you don't want to miss what's next. Drop a comment. Which woman on this list inspired you the most? Remember, wealth is built in silence, but legacies are built in impact. See you in the next one.